I think sadness is one of the most beautiful emotions, and grief is a beautiful emotion. It shows us how much we love. So love and grief are two sides of the same coin, and we can't have one without the other. So grieving is important. It's important to do, and we can have sadness and joy at the same time. They do coexist and they can be simultaneous. But sadness comes because something's changed and we wished it hadn't. So I don't know that I would stop grieving a child that made poor choices and maybe was no longer here, or was here but was in and out of addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I would always be thinking about them and grieving over that situation. But then I'd look at the kids and I'd say, we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
Let's be joyful with these kids today.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing we can't do though is wish it were different. So that's resisting reality. I can grieve over someone that I love that I've lost or that's going through a challenging time and love them. But if we resist what's actually happening and wishing that it hadn't happened, all we're doing is just creating a ton of suffering for ourselves. So until we get to just full acceptance, this has happened and I'm choosing to take my part in it, to be the responsible person that I can be, and I'm not going to worry about it. Sometimes I think though, as a parent, we would think maybe I could have done a better job.
Mm. Yes.
Maybe I could have done something different. That's just not true. It's not true. And I want to get this point across very strongly. You did your very best. If you could have done any bit better, you would have. Every single moment as a parent, we're doing the very best we can. We're doing the best with what we know, with the tools that we're equipped with. We're giving our best. We only beat ourselves up and then create a whole bunch of trauma for ourselves when we think, I could have done better than my very best. Because it's impossible. We couldn't have done better than our very best. So we did our very best. We could not have done better. We have to accept that our best is as good as it gets and it's good enough. And that this child made their own choices. They're their own unique soul. I don't think, I've got a bigger view on this. I think everyone is learning because we're eternal. We're these eternal souls. And even painful choices that a child makes are helpful in the grand scheme of our soul's evolution. That they're learning things they couldn't learn otherwise. So for us to think that they shouldn't be having the experience that they're having, we don't know God's plan. Sometimes they have to have this painful experience to experience that and learn the things from that painful experience that their soul couldn't have learned any other way. Thinking that their life isn't going the way it should be going, you're not God. You don't know that. So I'll look at people that I think are making poor choices that are harming themselves. And I'm like, that's the lesson they're supposed to learn right now.
And I find that so often we project ourselves on other people as if we would make the choice they're making better.
They're actually doing the best they can too.
Right.
They're making the very best choices they can. They're doing the very best they possibly can at this moment. Everyone's doing the best they can.